Ituturo namin sa inyo kung paano natin bibiyak.
Today, we will discuss to you the different functions of a noun. And these are,
First, we have the direct object. Next, we have the indirect object. Next is the subject complement, or what we call subject noun,
subjective complement.
subjective complement, whatever.
Capital
Next,
W.
object of the preposition. Next is the dili pa friend. We have the
Wait,
appositive.
noun as a subject. You forgot that one.
Huh?
Noun as a subject. Noun as a subject. That's noun as a subject. That's another
Subject,
function.
noun, predicate.
Function of a noun. Noun as a subject. Noun as a direct object. Noun as an indirect object. Noun as a subject. Noun.
Wala pa rin.
Complement.
First, we have, sorry for the technical error. We have, pila man jud ka buok milat? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have appositive
6, 7, 8, 9. There's
we
a
have
lot.
9. We have 9 function of the noun. First, we have the subject as a noun. Second, we have the direct object. Third, we have the indirect object. Fourth is the subject noun predicate or subjective complement. And next, we have the
Object of the preposition.
dili pa object of the preposition, friend.
Object, noun, predicate.
Object noun predicate. Object noun predicate ika 6. 7 kay noun ay a subject on the preposition. Object of the preposition. Next we have the vocative, appositive.
The last one is a positive.
The last one, I'm so sorry, let's count again.
Stop counting. Stop counting.
No, we have to count again because
Nag-change yung color.
our reviewees will not understand us. Okay, can we have another shot?
So that's it.
Okay, next. Atong i-clear. Kaya ipakita ba nato ni Ila Didi. And we cannot understand this.
Sige, go.
Okay, first, we have 9 functions of the noun, of a noun. First, we have noun as a subject. Next, we have the direct object, indirect object, subject noun predicate,
Object, noun,
predicate,
object of the preposition,
object of the preposition,
vocative, and
appositive.
that's it.
That's it.
Now let's count.
7,
Let's count.
8, 9. Kulang gud ta og object noun predicate bugo.
Sige mo kag yaw-yaw, labad kay ka.
Okay.
Object ng tama na ganito. Basta, overall, there's a lot of functions with regard or as regards to noun. Okay? So now we will be talking about noun as, or noun function as a subject.
Okay.
For example,
Okay, where's our...
there's no example. Make your own example.
Okay.
Yes?
Sige, okay lang.
Sure.
Sige,
Okay, go. So now, first, we will talk about noun as a subject. When we say noun as a subject, there is a formula for that. And that formula is the use of a verb. A word preceded by the verb is a subject. That noun
Automatic
functioned,
subject.
that noun functioned as a subject. Before
For example,
the verb.
Anna is playing the guitar. Anna is
example?
playing the guitar.
State the subject, bugu.
Okay, the subject here is, of course, it's Anna.
Of course, that's actually the easiest function of a noun. Next, let's proceed to
We have
the second function.
direct objective.
If we have the
Object,
direct
rather.
object, we also have the indirect object. Okay, for the direct object, you can use that one after the verb, and it answers the question. Yeah, after the verb.
Verb din.
Verb, yeah.
Din na verb.
Verb. So after that, if we have that verb, you need to use if the word is of course a noun, that noun function as a direct object. It answers the questions.
Where's my tali?
It answers the questions. Gulat na si ma'am. Who and what. It receives the action.
It receives and just in case you are
For
still
example,
confused, remember that after the verb, ang musunod ana automatic
English.
direct. Okay, I'm so sorry. After the verb,
Verb.
after the verb, automatic. The preceding word
Oh, yeah.
is the direct object.
Okay. For
Example.
example, I hate John. Where is the direct object?
But before that, of course, let's distinguish first. Distinguish? Let's identify first. I'm so sorry, the noun and the verb. Okay. John hates John.
You decide first what part of
I hate
speech is
John.
that. If it is a verb or a noun. Always remember that if we're going to talk about
that's
verb,
right.
verb is
So
an action
whatever.
word and of course a state of being. If we're going to talk about noun, it is the name of person, place, things,
Baliktad ba
events,
siya?
and etc.
Mabaliktad siya. Hulat siya. Mabaliktad ba siya?
Ang sa noun subject.
Isulat daw na to. I mean,
English, please.
okay, first, for you to understand everything, we need to write. But actually, we are hesitant to do that because
Unfortunately, we do not have
maybe-
a ball pen, so it's really difficult for us to make our own sentences. It would be better if we will copy, or we will just copy the given examples in our notebook.
John.
I hate John. Okay, that is an
Okay. It's in reverse template. Do I need to write it this way? Okay. I hate John. So, kailangan kini ang John, kini ang hate, and then kini ang I. Am I right? Can you read it? Ah! Bongga! I need to reverse everything, Milat. It's like this. Baka kabaluan no, bugo. Okay, so
I
need
didn't know
to-
that.
Maybe, basig kemfet din nila ni. Okay, here. Can you read it?
Wali gyapon.
Saan ni siya? I don't know. Lo, wali lagi dapat diri si John di ay. Ah, okay, so I have to do this. John, tapos sunod. Tama. Can you read it? Good bongga!
Baliktad mo J. Baliktad mo na ang J.
Ana.
Sige daw, balik ka. Tanawa daw dito. Ala, it takes time.
As a teacher, we need to to function well.
All I can say is that stop learning functions.
Okay.
It will not help. It will
John?
not help you.
Bangla si John.
Uy, nakabula ka John.
Pero mali. Dapat I hate John.
Si John pa lang. Hala, giurot na lagi mo na ako notebook. Ay, lain lagi ka. Pwede na ba na-scratch?
Okay, let's proceed. Okay. Due to technical errors, just imagine. Or just try to understand the sentence. I hate John. So, let's identify first the noun. So, what is the noun? Yes.
I cannot hear you. Louder, please.
What is the noun? Identify, come on. Great. Okay, correct. The noun is the word.
The subject. The subject.
The subject there is of course,
I.
it's not John, it's
I.
I. And then the verb
The verb is hate.
is hate. I hate John. So, let's now identify the direct object. What is a verb? Yes, it's hate. Who receives?
Let's remember the rule. This direct object, after you will find that one after the verb, and our verb is hate. Therefore, our direct object is wrong. Yes, correct. It's John. John is our direct object since it preceded by the word. What's it word? By the verb.
Okay.
What verb is that?
The verb hate.
Hate.
And John receives the action hate.
And it answers the question, who
do I hate?
all I can say is stop learning na.
Next, we have what?
Next is indirect object. This is
It's not clear.
what? It's not yet clear.
Our audience.
Now, it's not our problem anymore. It's your problem. You need to study.
We are just here to guide you. So if you're not guided, then there's no guidance.
And because of that, there's no gradations anymore.
Okay, next we have the indirect
Baka di mo ka makita.
object.
Ikaw, Rama. Oh, wala pa.
We have the Lubongga ang atong background brand. We have the 3D background etchos. Hoy, ang agtang ni na kompleto na unsa ka.
Uy, ako na half lang man.
Oh, bongga! Okay, I need to hide some of my fats. Okay.
Alin ang naiba.
Okay, bongga. Bongga.
Taba. Oh, di makita ko nameplate.
It's not my fault that you're short. Okay. Now,
Gamay, baba. Gamay, friend.
okay, we need to adjust. Cameraman, please adjust. Thank you.
that's
Very
it.
good. Okay.
Baba pag gamay.
Okay, cameraman, please adjust.
Hop! Yes! Makita na ko.
Okay, next we have to explain the indirect object. Now, when you have an indirect object, please remember that you have the direct object. You cannot identify the
Yeah, go.
Okay, always remember that when you have when you can identify the indirect object, automatically
You will be able to
you will be
identify
able
also
to identify also the direct
indirect
object.
object.
The direct object.
Indirect. The first one that we tackled was the direct object. Now we will be tackling about the indirect object. You are not following.
Okay, so let's proceed to subject.
To positive. Okay, that's here we go.
Okay.
If the statement answers the question to whom, or it answers the question to whom and for whom, then that word, that noun, is an indirect object. Function is indirect object. Why?
Oh, because it is connected with the direct object. Am I right? Okay, if you think I'm not right, then come replace me here.
Hinamon kita.
Okay, I will not laugh. I don't look pretty.
For
when I
example, Maria baked John cookies. Let's find the subject.
laugh. Okay, the subject there is Maria.
Correct,
Yes.
Maria.
What is then identify now the verb.
Maria baked John a cookie. What's our verb?
Bongga! It's baked! Very good! Now, you cannot identify the indirect object when okay, do not identify first the indirect object. You need to identify first the direct object before we can identify the indirect object. So
Correct.
what is the direct object in the sentence?
The direct object is
What is the direct
the
object
sentence,
in
and
the
our
sentence?
sentence is Maria baked John cookies.
Okay, Maria baked John cookies.
You identify first the direct object, or rather the indirect object, before finding the direct
Okay,
object. Am I
who
right?
or what receives the verb
Baked.
Wow! Correct! It's joy! Cookies! Uy, cookies, uy.
Cookies ang ato ang direct object.
Kaya gani,
Ah,
direct object pa man ang ato ang gikemfet.
yes.
Very good. Cookies is our direct object. Now, to whom we bake, Maria baked the cookies? To whom did Maria bake the cookies?
O, to whom did man na? Maria
Oh, to
bake
whom-
lang. Walay,
To whom did Maria bake the cookies? In Filipino, para kanino ni bake ni Maria?
Para kanino niluto
Niluto ni Maria ang cookies. Sa
Exactly.
Bisaya, para kay kinsa gi-bake ni Maria ang cookies.
Exactly.
Ay. Sila. Sorry, God.
Na may mga students.
Ano? Nagdibo.
So now let's find the indirect object from the statement given. Again, the statement is Maria baked John cookies. So where is our indirect object?
Our indirect object is, of course, John, because it answers the question, to whom did Maria bake the cookies? It's for
Exactly.
John. So,
So
that's
John is our indirect object, and
And-
the cookie there is our direct object.
Okay,
And
very
that
good.
is indirect
Indirect
object,
object.
one of the functions of noun. Now let's proceed to
The fourth
fourth function of noun.
We have the subject noun predicate or subjective complement. Okay, when we say subject noun predicate or subjective complement, it refers to
It refers to the subject.
it refers to the subject, and it comes after
after the
a linking
linking verb.
verb or the linking verb. So do we have an example?
We just want to remind all of you that there are different kinds of what we call be verbs. We have is, are, where, was, and am, be, and been. These are actually different be verbs. It's just a reminder.
Not all be verbs
Okay, let's
are
go
linking
back.
verbs.
Let's go back to the subjective complement.
Okay, can you please give them an example of
For
a linking
example, I am a teacher.
verb?
I am a teacher.
Okay, so who is or what is our subject? Our subject is the word I. Am I right?
And our subjective complement is the word teacher. Now you ask why? Because that teacher refers to our subject, which is I, right? So if this happened, like you are referring to the first statement or referring to the first word, which is our subject, then you are doing subjective complement.
Because
The noun there functioned as subjective complement.
And because the word teacher complements our subject,
Correct.
which is the word I.
I.
I am a teacher. Is that
Yes.
clear? Okay, let's go now to object noun predicate. So I am not that good, so she will explain you. What's object noun predicate?
For object noun predicate, it refers back to the object. It's quite the same with the first one. However, there's still a distinction between them. So it comes after the direct object. For example, the class elected John auditor. The class elected John auditor. Now, if we're going to determine if that word function as the object noun predicate, you need to insert a linking verb. After the verb itself, you need to put what we call the linking verb. If the statement makes sense, meaning to say that noun functioned as an object noun predicate.
Okay, for example, The class elected John auditor.
Pero sa inyo, yatag doon sa inyo kay para daw kapoy na daw tayo.
Hello, wait.
Why you are so cold? Where's the reviewer of Richard? Look. Ting, ting, ting,
Ano na?
ting.
Ha?
Nakarag napkin.
Karoon na gani. Kanya pag-review na mo. Ito lang na ako na-realize.
Magpalit lang ka.
Nasi Kempet o si Jaja. Malamang na dapat si Richard.
Wala, ining kaon siya. Kauban nila Joan. Gutom na daw kayo.
Okay, when we say object of the preposition, it refers to the object after the preposition. That's
Prepositions
simple.
are
Prepositions are on, for. Okay, that's the preposition. Now, let's proceed to vocative. When we say vocative, it directly addressed
To the speaker.
to the speaker or the
oh,
person,
the hearer.
the hearer.
The hearer.
Here.
Mhm. For example of a vocative, Mario, where is your mother? Then, it is vocative.
Murag tayo.
Even the background, it's really nice.
Okay, let's acknowledge the presence of our math doctor of mathematician theory of motion. We have here Dr. Cindy Yiyilat.